Good evening, traders. Adam here from Bull Logic doing the market analysis with you on this Sunday evening. Hopefully, everybody had a good weekend. I know I sure did, but it is now time to get prepared for the week ahead. Last Friday, we were looking for the Bulls to make a bounce. It was their turn to step up. Things were setting up properly. We were outside the Bollinger Bands. We were sitting on the 200-day moving average. The market has moved from backwardation to contango, and volatility was starting to come in even on our big down days. What we got was a measly little bounce. Bulls took us into that 1390 resistance. As you see, it was almost a perfect tap and retest of that resistance line before we sold off throughout the rest of the day, and we actually finished below the 200-day moving average, which now sits at 1380. So not good for the bulls. What we do still have on our side is we are short-term oversold. Looking at the stochastics, we are down in the 8 over here, which is pretty oversold. We should be able to get some kind of, at least a little bit of a dead cat bounce forming. Hopefully something a little bit more than just moving sideways on that 200-day moving average. We are starting to pull back into the Bollinger Bands, even though it is just slightly. So any kind of big move down is going to put us back outside the Bollinger Bands. It definitely looks like we need to start working off these oversold conditions here. It doesn't look like we really have that much room to push lower and push hard. I would say any push lower going into this week will probably be quickly bounced out, quickly snapped back, just because we are just a little too overextended to continue to push this market lower. We need to see a movement sideways under that 1390, or at least a bounce higher. If we do get a bounce higher, I would like to see us push back into that 1400 area. That'd be a nice strong resistance, give us a good place to set up some short positions and swing shorts back down in that 200-day moving average. Looking at the NASDAQ, NASDAQ has been a lot worse off. It is oversold. It did have a little bit better bounce. It doesn't really have much support along the lines. Very weak support coming in. We've already lost that 200-day moving average a long time ago. So we just got these weak support areas coming in here, as you can see as I'm drawing the lines down, just different areas of support that we have to watch. Nothing's going to be as strong as that 200-day moving average. On a short side, what we would like to see here is a bear flag back into the 200-day moving average. So a nice slow, steady climb maybe throughout the week, and then a good place to short would be at that 200-day moving average, as it would have created a nice bear flag. But until then, it doesn't really have much support below it, but we do need to see a sideways movement. Russell 2000, again, same kind of thing. Broke that 200-day moving average, so it is a little bit weaker than the S&P 500. Doesn't have much main support below it. As you can see, the support here gets a lot more choppier. We have one down at 765. We come in here at 782, but nothing real substantial to act as a main support. Would like to see a bear flag into that 200-day moving average, give us a good place to start shorting this market again, because right now, at a 7 stochastics, we were just a little too oversold to actually want to take many short positions. We don't want to short at the bottom. That's what we were trying to avoid. So we like to see a nice bounce in the markets and the indices. That way we can load up on some better shorts. VIX still hanging around here in this 1860 level. Definitely not a good sign. We were really hoping volatility would come out on Friday, but we were actually up in volatility by 0.7. Would like to see us drop back into the 17s. But as of right now, it seems that the fiscal cliff is still on everyone's mind, and we need to try to figure out what is going to happen there. Plus, we still have news coming out of Europe and Germany about them trying to stop themselves from sinking. We did move back into contango, as you see, VIX cash here at the 1854, VIX future in the 1860. So we did go from backwardation to contango, which is a good sign, just because being in a backwardation market means you're real heavy scared in the near terms. You got to watch out for the near-term volatility, and we're starting to lose some of that a little bit. So we'll have to see if we can't hold on to the contango market. Going into this week, we have some economic reports. Monday is going to be pretty close just because it is Veterans Day. Bond market is closed. Stock market is open. Tuesday, we get a couple more things. Treasury budget, nothing real major. Wednesday, we start to get the producer price index, the retail sales, and the FOMC minutes here at 2 p.m. Eastern time. That's going to be another important message. Anytime the FOMC wants to talk, it usually makes a very choppy market, especially when the FOMC makes their announcement of what they're going to do or what they're going to say. The market usually reacts violently in one direction and then counter reacts that violently in the other direction. So definitely very hard to trade around that. Going to have to keep our eye on that. Going into Thursday, we have consumer price index followed by the jobless claims that we're used to. We also got the Empire State Manufacturing Survey and the Philadelphia Survey, all very big economic news, could be market movers, so we'll have to trade lightly around those. And then Friday, we have the industrial production numbers. So going to be a busy week for economic news. Again, we're going to have to see if we cannot move sideways or get a bounce here. Just selling off is not a good idea. I'm definitely not looking to short here at the bottom. I want to see us move sideways, work off these oversold conditions, or bounce into that 1400 level, and that's where I want to short this market. I don't want to short down here at the bottom, and I think a lot of people are going to feel the same. Nobody wants to short at the very bottom and have the market bounce on you. So I would like to see a bounce come out of this market. Hopefully, it's going to come on Monday or Tuesday. It's got to come soon. Otherwise, the bulls are going to lose their chance to make any kind of gain. And when that happens, we're going to be looking for a lot of shorts and a lot of things to swing short. Right now, we're looking for things to play off of bounces, swing long, just to see if we can't get a bounce in that 1400 level. All right, everyone. Good luck this week. We'll be back with you, keeping you updated.